For years, I've been searching for answers to the question, what really leads to success? Every failure and every victory became a lesson and revealed new truths. In this piece, I want to share 50 truths that, in my opinion, are key to achieving your goals. I'm telling this in simple language from the heart because it's my personal story. I hope it can serve as a guide on your own journey to success. Belief in yourself. I often heard that success begins with believing in your own abilities. When I realized that without inner confidence it's impossible to move forward, everything changed. Believing in myself allowed me to take on projects I hadn't dared to before. Even when something goes off plan, I remind myself that with inner confidence, you can find a solution. This belief became the foundation that supports me in any circumstances. Clear goals. Whenever I feel confused, I think about my goals. Written, clear goals give direction and motivation. They help filter out the unnecessary and focus on what matters most. I always clarify for myself what I want to achieve, and that strengthens my confidence in every step. It helps me move toward my goal, one step at a time. Self-discipline. I've faced moments when I wanted to give up or put things off. In those moments, discipline, the habit of working every day, helped me. Every morning, I started with a small routine, planning my day. Self-discipline allowed me to be productive. Over time, I realized that self-control gives a sense of freedom and stability at the same time. Even 5 minutes of disciplined work every day was a step toward the goal. Persistent work. No moment of inspiration can replace persistent work. Success comes only when you keep moving forward, day by day. I clearly remember nights when I had to work late on some projects to get the result I wanted. Each of those nights proved persistence eventually bears fruit. It's a long and challenging process, but it builds character and skills. Continuous learning. The world changes very quickly, and I realized that if you stop learning, you fall behind. Books, courses, mentors, all of this helped me grow and improve. I remember how new knowledge allowed me to see a problem in a new light. Learning every day became a habit and a key to adapting to new circumstances. To learn is to keep your finger on the pulse of reality. Adaptability. Life often throws surprises, and I realized that you need to be able to adjust. Instead of resisting changes, it's better to look for opportunities in them. When my previous plan failed, I learned to find alternative ways. Adaptability gave me a chance to stay afloat in any circumstances. With each new challenge, I discovered something new about myself and the world. Planning. I started keeping a to-do list and noticed that it greatly increased my daily efficiency. A well-thought-out plan breaks even big tasks into many small steps. It's always useful to have a schedule so you know exactly what to tackle at every hour. Planning helped me avoid wasting time on hesitation and move more confidently. Breaking large tasks into parts makes the path less intimidating. Time management. Time is the most valuable resource, and I learned to manage it wisely. I divide my day into blocks: work, rest, learning, and connecting with loved ones. This balance helps me avoid burnout. Knowing my priorities and scheduling time gives me extra hours for things that truly matter. It also teaches me to delegate tasks that aren't critical. Focus on the important. There were many distractions tempting me to waste time, but I realized success comes to those who concentrate on the important tasks. When I pick the most important task of the day, all the other noise loses significance. This focus frees energy and channels it in the right direction. I learned to say no to tasks that divert me from my goals. Focus helped me understand that not every idea is worth pursuing, which conserves my energy. Knowing how to rest. Even the busiest circumstances require recharging. I sometimes put work aside to sleep or take a walk, and I feel my mind refresh. Over time, I understood that rest isn't a luxury but a necessary condition for productivity. Taking time for yourself restores energy and helps see things with a fresh perspective. These breaks make my mind clearer and my heart calmer. Gratitude. Every day, I find reasons to be grateful for people, opportunities, and simple joys. This simple act changes my mood and helps me appreciate what I already have. Gratitude fills me with the energy needed to keep going, even when it seems nothing is working. I realized that focusing on the good attracts even more positivity. Gratitude allows me to see the world in a brighter light. Empathy. By understanding others, I build strong relationships that help in both work and life. When I try to put myself in someone else's shoes, many misunderstandings disappear. This not only brings people closer, but also provides new ideas and perspectives. Each such experience changed me, made me kinder and deeper. This skill made me more patient and wiser. Activity and initiative. Waiting for things to happen means losing time. That's why I take the lead on important tasks. Every new project starts with a small step. Just starting is enough to see further possibilities. I'm not afraid to start from scratch or take on uncomfortable tasks because I know action always produces results. Even the smallest effort moves me closer to my goal. Health and energy. I understand that without good health, no plans will succeed. That's why I pay attention to exercise, sleep, and proper nutrition. When the body gets enough energy, there's a sense of lightness and strength. Morning energy helps me maintain high productivity throughout the day. Health is the foundation. Without it, all other plans lose their meaning. I learn to value every day that begins with vigor. Responsibility. I learn to take responsibility for my decisions and outcomes. Even if something goes wrong, I ask myself, what did I do wrong, and what can I change? This approach helped me grow and avoid repeating mistakes. Owning my role in results makes it easier to find solutions. Responsibility made me decisive. I don't look for excuses, I look for solutions. Risk. Sometimes you can't avoid risk if you want to reach new heights. The first time I took an unusual step, changing careers or moving, it seemed scary. But after that experience, I realized bigger risks can bring far greater rewards than safe choices. Understanding this gave me the courage to try again and again. Even if a risk doesn't lead immediately to success, it provides invaluable experience. Creativity. I realized that a creative approach saves me from monotony. When usual methods didn't lead to success, I looked for unconventional solutions. New ideas often appeared during a walk or a conversation with friends. Creativity lets me see tasks from another angle and find solutions missing in routine. Even an ordinary process can be exciting with a bit of imagination. Thanks to creativity, I went beyond the usual and found unexpected solutions. Critical thinking. I don't blindly trust the first idea and always try to verify information myself. Critical thinking helps filter out useless advice and retain only what works. When some advice seemed too simple, I looked for my own solutions, and often they worked better. Applying analysis to problems prevented many mistakes. This skill protected me from empty promises and wrong paths. Self-esteem. I learned to value my achievements and support myself. Self-esteem shapes how we approach the world. I noticed that when I doubted myself, I lacked decisiveness. So I reminded myself of my victories, even the small ones. This confidence helped me believe I deserve more and can achieve my goals. Over time, it allowed me to tackle bigger tasks more boldly. Intuition. Many times I felt that a decision was simply right, even without rational reasons. I noticed that intuition is often based on our experience and knowledge hidden in the subconscious. I learned to listen to those quiet feelings when something feels off, and often it saves me from mistakes. This inner voice sometimes points to a path the rational mind hasn't seen yet. I explain it as the subconscious picking up details that the conscious mind might miss. Honesty. I noticed that honesty builds trust. Even when admitting a failure was hard, I avoided lying and openly spoke about the problem. This gave me support and helped find solutions faster. Honesty provided inner peace and allowed me to move forward without the burden of secrets. It simplified communication and earned me the trust of others. Patience. Many dreams take time to come true. When I used to rush for immediate results, I often made mistakes. Over time, I learned to wait and take consistent steps, even if things didn't happen right away. Patience gave me the ability to clear my mind and think through the process. Often the most valuable results come unexpectedly. I realized that impatience only slows progress. Inner peace. I understood that in moments of panic or stress, decisions are made poorly. That's why I try to find time for meditation, prayer, or just deep breathing. When I feel calm, I can see the next steps clearly. This creates a sense of harmony. Even amidst a busy schedule, I can stop and find balance. This state helps me avoid wasting energy on trivial matters and stay focused. Faith in God. No matter the situation, I try to remember that there is a higher plan and a force guiding us. Prayer and the sense that I am not alone give me strength to overcome obstacles when it seems I have no energy left. I feel that even failures can be part of God's plan. This sense of being with God fills me with peace and confidence. Helping others. When I shared knowledge or simply supported someone, help returned to me at the right moment. Helping others without expecting immediate gain brought friendship and reliable partners. It taught me a simple rule: success isn't just about what you take, but also what you give. Behind every kind act lies more opportunities. I realized, by giving, we also receive. The right environment. I realized that our friends and colleagues strongly influence us. That's why I surrounded myself with people who inspire and motivate me. When there's positivity and support around, I feel more confident. It's worth avoiding those who drag you down. I choose to be around people who strive to grow themselves and wish the same for me. Such an environment charged me with positivity and motivation to keep moving forward. Ability to listen. I noticed that people value your ability to listen above all. When I listen carefully, the other person opens up and shares valuable information. This helps me better understand the needs of those around me and find support in unexpected places. I learned, listening can change situations for the better. Sometimes, silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. Openness to new things. I always try not to stick to one way of living or one idea. New experiences or unfamiliar approaches can drastically change your perspective. When I stay open to unconventional methods, I often find simple solutions to complex problems. With each new piece of knowledge, I feel my possibilities expand. Learning something new is always exciting, and it opens new horizons. Accepting failures. Failure wasn't the end for me once I learned to extract lessons from it. Every time something didn't work out, I didn't give up but asked myself, why did this happen, and what can I do differently? This approach helped me become better with each experience. I understood that failures are just temporary stages on the path to success. Many successful people say failures teach more than easy victories. Courage. To move forward, I often have to step out of my comfort zone. Sometimes it feels scary, but without courage, you can't reach new heights. I remember, even a small step forward is better than standing still. Over time, each courageous action strengthened my self-confidence. Every attempt to leave the comfort zone expanded my world. Humanity. I strive to treat everyone with respect and kindness, because warmth comes back in return. When I pay attention to people's stories and problems, the atmosphere around changes. A humane approach helps build trust and attract people you can support and get inspiration from. This simplicity has far more power than we often realize. A sincere smile or kind act never goes unnoticed. Sharing knowledge. I love sharing what I've learned because it multiplies the benefit. When I taught others or offered advice, I felt my knowledge solidifying. Some of the people I taught became my friends and partners. Shared knowledge grows. By helping others, I also grew. Seeing others succeed inspired me and reminded me that my efforts matter. Balance. While striving for goals, it's important to remember rest, relationships with loved ones, and simple joys. I learned to combine work with breaks so I wouldn't burn out. When I take time for favorite activities, I feel renewed enthusiasm for work. Balancing work and personal life helped me stay happy and focused. If you don't forget about yourself, you feel less stress. Determination. I clearly defined where I was going, and that supported me in difficult moments. Often, just one method is enough to remind yourself of your dream and keep moving toward it. Every day I thought about the end result, and it gave me energy to move forward, even when it was tough. Determination gave me the strength not to get distracted by the unimportant. Thinking about the final goal made each step easier. Strategic thinking. I began looking at my goals more broadly and thinking several steps ahead. Instead of acting chaotically, I created a plan for several months in advance. This helped me gather all resources and gradually execute complex projects. Strategy gave me understanding of how to reach results most effectively and made my steps more confident. This perspective helped me anticipate obstacles and build long-term plans. Teamwork. I realized that you need people you trust by your side. Together, it's always easier to tackle big tasks. Exchanging ideas and support increased our productivity. When I worked with professionals from different fields, unique solutions emerged. The success of the team became my success too, so I always share ideas and recognize others' contributions. Trust in a team gives wings to all its members. Belief in your dream. Sometimes I recalled my childhood dreams and felt they guided me. Belief in a dream supported me when the world said it was impossible. I reminded myself that even the boldest dream has a chance to become reality if you work persistently. This belief inspired me to move forward with endless optimism. I truly believe dreams become real because we believe in them. Humility. It helped me to admit my mistakes and show respect even to those who know less. Every person can teach you something, opening countless opportunities. When I listen to others' opinions, it's easier to grow. Humility prevents arrogance and helps you learn new things. Often, the most valuable lesson comes from a simple conversation. Vision for the future. When I imagined what I wanted my life to look like in a few years, it gave me a point of attraction. A clear image of the future directed and concentrated my efforts. I often wrote down small dreams and goals for the coming years. It motivated me to work and improve. A vision of the future became a compass in tough times. Imagining the future kept me on track. I saw the path instead of wandering in the dark. Unconventional solutions. I realized that sometimes ordinary methods don't work, and I had to find other ways. When standard approaches failed, I tried combining ideas from different fields or inventing something new. This approach helped me accomplish many things more effectively. By accepting challenges unconventionally, I learned to be more flexible. It gave me the ability to solve problems where others only saw obstacles. Accepting criticism. Learning to take constructive criticism was a valuable lesson. When someone pointed out flaws in my work, it could initially offend me, but I realized it was a chance to improve. I learned to distinguish constructive feedback from unfounded complaints. Daily honest evaluation and openness to change made me better. Viewing criticism as a gift brought me significant professional growth. Self-analysis. I often spent time alone reflecting on my mistakes and successes. This inner dialogue helped me understand what truly works and what doesn't. When I analyze my day or decisions, I learn to correct mistakes for the future. Self-analysis helped me be honest with myself and always follow my principles. It gives clarity in seeing my strengths and weaknesses. Optimism. Even in the hardest moments, I try to see the positive. This approach helped me find opportunities where others only saw problems. Believing in a better future gave me energy to move forward without despair. Optimism fuels belief in oneself and helps overcome difficulties. It fills each day with light and new ideas. Financial literacy. I realized that success is often linked to understanding money. I learned to plan my budget, invest in myself, and save for important goals. Smart financial habits gave me confidence in the future. Knowing how to handle resources opened more growth opportunities. I feel that financial literacy is a skill everyone should have on the path to success. Importance of mentors. I am grateful to people who gave me wise advice selflessly. Meetings with them broadened my horizons and helped me avoid many mistakes. I realized a mentor is like a beacon illuminating the path when everything around is uncertain. They taught me to learn faster from both my own and others' experiences. Thanks to mentors, I could see possible paths I wouldn't have seen alone. Resourcefulness. When resources were scarce, I learned to find a way out of any situation. I started approaching problems creatively because ordinary methods sometimes didn't give answers. This helped me save time and money while achieving results. I learned to turn problems to my advantage, which gave me resilience. Creative use of limited resources built my confidence and resourcefulness. Continuous improvement. I never considered myself fully learned. There's always room to improve. Daily small actions like reading an article or watching a short tutorial gradually made me more successful. Constant desire to get better gave me resilience in my profession. I learned not to stop at what's achieved, but to keep moving forward. Even small improvements every day matter greatly in the long run. Respect. I always try to treat others with respect, because it comes back tenfold. When I show respect for people's experience and opinions, they support me in return. Respect helped me find common ground and achieve understanding. This virtue makes me a better leader and partner. Showing respect demonstrates that I value others, and they value me. Forgiveness. I learned to forgive and let go of grudges because anger and resentment only distract from the goal. When I forgave failures or others' mistakes, I felt relief and more motivation to move forward. This allowed me to focus on the future instead of carrying the weight of the past. Forgiveness gave me freedom and inner peace, which is essential for success. Remember, letting go of grudges makes room for new opportunities. Love and gratitude. I realized that love is one of the strongest motivators. Loving my work, the people around me, and life itself fills me with energy. When I feel grateful and passionate about what I do, challenges seem smaller. This love and gratitude turn the path to the goal into joy and give a sense of true success. Conclusion. All these 50 truths came together into my picture of success, and each one played its role. I knew the path wouldn't be easy, but these beliefs helped me overcome obstacles. I hope my story inspires you and gives strength in your life. Remember, success is a process, not a one-time event, and it begins with the ability to believe in yourself and take action.